We're into the section called The Art of Relationships, and this section is called The Magic Marble. I was in Fargo, North Dakota, not long ago, and I ran across my old friend, Fred Smith from Cincinnati. He told an interesting story about a friend of his who always holds a marble in his hand whenever he talks with someone. Fred had noticed that whenever he had talked to this man, he would reach into his pocket and out would come the marble, which he would hold all during the conversation. Fred asked him about it and told him it reminded him of a Captain Queeg's ball bearings in Herman Wouk's The Caine Mutiny. His friend laughed and said, "This is my magic marble, Fred. Years ago I had a hard time getting along with people. I knew a great many people, but actually had very few friends. One day I was talking with one of those friends when I noticed his attention wander. I was talking, but he was looking out of the window, his thoughts a million miles away. Later I got to thinking about it and made a very embarrassing discovery. I realized that I had been talking about myself. I realized at the same time that I would always talked about myself. Conversations with others were really nothing more than opportunities to talk about what I was doing, what I thought about a subject. When others were talking, I wasn't thinking much about what they were saying. I was reloading, getting ready to tell them all about myself. And it dawned on me why I had so few friends. I wasn't being a friend. I wasn't interested in what was happening to others and what they thought at all. So, I made up my mind to change. I made up my mind to become interested in others, to let them do the talking, to steer the conversation back to them and their ideas. But it's difficult to break a habit of years, so I dropped into a 5 and dime and bought this marble. I call this marble importance, and I make sure it's always on the side of the other person. Whenever someone talks to me, I hold the marble in my hand and make sure it's on the side of the other person. I've never had a problem with people since. That little marble has made hundreds of friends for me. It's also taught me to quit thinking about myself all the time. He went on to say, and I found myself becoming genuinely interested in others. When that happens, you make friends in a hurry. Well, that's the story of the magic marble. When I heard it, it made me think long and soberly about my own conduct in conversations. I asked myself if I'd been tossing the ball to the other person or trying to hog the conversation with regard to my own interests. I wasn't sure, so I started making sure. The thing to remember here is that other people are far more interested in themselves than they are in you. You accomplish nothing talking about yourself, but you accomplish a great deal by showing interest in what the other person is saying and doing. You make him feel that he or she is important in your eyes, and whenever you do this well, you might call it instant friendships. It works like a charm every time. So ask yourself the same question. How are you in the magic marble department? When others are talking, do you find interest in what they're saying, or are you just waiting for your chance to jump in and dominate the conversation? We'd all do well, I suppose, if we'd buy ourselves a little magic marble and hold it in our hands each time we entered into a conversation with someone. The marble's name, remember, is importance, and the idea is to make certain it's with the other person. So in this section, we talk about relationships and, points about them. So in this one, I love this because many conversations, if you just take a moment and you stop and listen, you really do realize that we love to talk about ourselves. So next time you're in a conversation, imagine having that magic marble. And remember, you can't learn anything when you're talking. We learn things by listening to others because they hold a perspective that isn't ours. So going into today, try the magic marble trick next time you talk to someone is just stop and listen. Listen to what they're saying, become very interested. And as they say, if you want to become interested, if you want to become an interesting person, be interested in others. So everyone have an awesome day and start working on those relationships. All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye now.